Greetings explorers and welcome to another leather workshop tutorial. For this leather workshop, we are going to be making leather satchels. These bags are perfect for any hiking adventure, Renaissance attire, or even if you need a new bag for the day-to-day. So let's go ahead and see what we need to make this wonderful leather satchel. For this project, you will need oiled or soft leather, scissors, rulers, a hole punch, hammer and appropriate anvil, rivets or needle and thread, and a bag latch if you so choose. Optional tools are a spacer and a strip maker. The first thing we do is trace around the template. If you are drawing this without a template, draw out a rectangle whose length will be equal to the total height of the bag flap, plus twice the height you want your bag to be when it's finished, plus the depth of the bag when it's finished. The width of the rectangle will be equal to the width you want your bag to be, plus twice the depth you want your bag to be. Then, trace out the shape you want the flap of the bag to be. Be sure the final width of your flap is at most the final width of the bag, not the present width of the rectangle, which includes 2 depth measurements. You can see the flap on our template is curved at the corners and it has a narrower width when compared to the overall width of the unmade bag. Finally, trace out the little flap I showed you earlier on the template. The length and width of this part is equal to the depth you want for your bag. Now, cut out your bag. After you've cut out your bag, you get to decide how to put your bag together. One option is to use rivets or grommets. The second option is to sew your bag together. For this video, we will be focusing on the first option, but we'll discuss what to watch out for with the second option, as well as link to our crafting basic video on saddle stitching. To mark where you want your holes for this bag to be, you can use a ruler, a spacer, or a template. The more holes you mark, the more secure your bag will be, and the fewer holes you mark, the faster you can put your bag together. If you are doing the grommet or rivet approach, be sure to leave enough space for your fasteners to fit. For both methods, you will have 2 columns of holes on both sides of the bag near the edges of what would be the depth of your bag. On the flap that is near the middle of your bag, mark holes that will line up with the bottom holes of your 2 columns with your bag folded together. For a better idea of this part, watch how I line up my first holes when I put in my rivets. This next step will start to make our bag actually look like a bag. For those who are doing a saddle stitch approach, beware. This part is most easily done while having 4 saddle stitches going at the same time. You will need 4 potentially really long strings. You will start at the middle hole on the bottom of the bag. With 1 string, you will pull it halfway through the opening and begin saddle stitching for a few holes in one direction. From there, grab another string. Pull it halfway through the same hole that you threaded the first, and saddle stitch for a few holes the other direction. Repeat on the other side of the bag. Once you have all 4 stitches going, you rotate between the stitches and work your way up the bag. The 3 layers of the leather should be the hardest part of these stitches, and it should get easier as you go along. Remember to be patient with this part because it will probably take a while. Look in the top corner of this video for a link to our crafting basics tutorial on saddle stitching. Now for the rivet or grommet approach. Be sure to have the correct anvil for the fastener before starting. When you have the correct anvil, proceed to pop in and hammer in the rivets or grommets, starting with the bottom of the bag and working your way up. Remember, only a few solid taps are needed to secure your fasteners. Be sure to stop hammering in your fasteners at the last few holes, as we will anchor our strap at these points as well. When making your straps, measure out the desired length that will give you the hanging height you want for your bag. From there, you can either try to measure out your leather as a single strip or create your strap in multiple pieces. To cut out your strap, you can either use scissors or a strap maker. Once you have your piece or pieces cut out, you can proceed to make the holes that will be used to fasten the last bits of your project together. After you mark your holes, proceed to bind your bag and straps together with your chosen method.
With everything fastened together, you have one more decision to make with this project. Do you want to have a way to hold shut your bag, or is it perfect as is? For this project, we will be adding a latch to our bag that will be held in place with rivets. Determining where we want the latch, we will mark and punch the holes. We first attach the piece for the bag's flap, followed by finalizing where we want it to rest when the bag is shut. Attach the last piece and you have successfully made yourself a bag.
There you have it, your very own leather satchel, perfect for any adventure. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to be able to keep up with any of our other leather crafting tutorials. We post leather craft tutorials once a month on Saturdays, usually towards the end of the month, so if you keep an eye out towards the last weekend, or you ring that bell icon, you'll go through and you'll be notified when we go through and we post another leather crafting project. We also go through and we'll also post crafting basic tutorials, which go into details as to how to do like specific parts of a project. For example, if you need a little extra help doing saddle stitching. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining us for our leather workshop, and we would absolutely love to see you guys' own leathercraft projects. You can go through and share those with us on Twitter, Facebook, and I believe Instagram. So thank you guys so much again for joining us, and if you guys enjoyed this video, thumbs up. Until then, happy crafting, guys.